Hey, I love you so fucking much. I think I'm figuring out some shit. Let's see if we're figuring out some shit together. I think I'm figuring out the root of poverty. Like, poverty is a limitation of freedom. You don't have like enough of what you need to do what you need to do for your life. Right? Like survival needs, like food and shelter, clothing, such stuff like that, right? So, at the level of the mind, if you're limited by a paradigm such as what can other people do for me, if you're like living in a constant like subconscious state of what can other people do for me, what can I get from people, you're limiting your ability to receive, because it has to be in relation to something other than yourself. And then, like the pain like of our lives, the way it kind of has this kind of like trapping effect on our thoughts, like such it has on the physical manifestation of our lives. Like if we're living from a place of the pain that's happened to us, then we're also limiting our ability to like receive anything. So I've like woke up this morning feeling this expansive like freedom inside of myself, and it just started getting my wheels turning because my needs are pretty well met and exceeded right now. And they also are like at the level of the mind, like in me right now. This like happiness and joy and peace that I'm experiencing feels like a birthright. It's not supposed to be a privilege to have your survival needs met and be a human being. Like, we overcame like the elements like thousands of years ago and had really advanced civilizations for thousands of years on this planet. Like, why the hell is everyone, at least in America, like running around with like a chicken with their heads cut off, like not remembering like these really like ancient tenets of like existing and hospitality and like what's going on, guys? Like, why are we getting so lost to the mind? Like, I started to lose myself to my mind, truly. And then I got myself back. It's amazing. It's a fucking miracle. It started with gratitude. And it started with pointing the finger at myself, learning the context of like my relationship to the outside world and like what consciousness is, what karma is, what duty and love, and like recalibrating all of these like definitions of these like ancient words to this new world, right? I like literally feel like this physical freedom inside me. I didn't even do nothing too special to achieve this. I mean, it's usually very accidental, the blessings I get. I was doing some full moon celebrating last night, and I made a very beautiful altar space, and I did a lot of things different than I ever had. And I remember at one point like laying down in front of the space, and I'm looking at these pink azaleas I had picked. I'm like seeing how the flowers were God. Like the flower I was looking at was God. The act of looking at the flower was God. The awareness of myself looking at the flower was God. It's like I got a visual for how everything really is God. And I figured out yesterday that God is a word to describe when you can't figure it out or explain it. Like the perfection of the synchronicities, like the perfection of this existence and how inexplicable it becomes. It's just like the brain, like similar when you're smelling, like there's a certain cologne that my nose just hits a certain threshold. It's like, okay, I can't smell past this one smell, and this is what it just all kind of smells muted, you know? It's like that. But with the mind and trying to understand reality, it's like we hit thresholds of our ability to understand, and then it all kind of smells the same. Well, that's, I think, the word God, the concept of God, and that it is real. Like, there is something really real and something that does seem to interact back with us. Like, when we express our hearts with gratitude, when we express our hearts without the survival habits of what can I get? What can I get? I'm always scheming on how to get something. Nah. You're getting it right now by existing. Your face. You're here. There's no need to be like desperate and fucked up anymore. You're just you. I'm just me. There's so much freedom to this shit. You know, I've been on this path with this shit for 17 years. It all started with gratitude back then, too. Didn't start with God or religion or anything. It started with gratitude, the law of attraction. Having like this joyful heart of gratitude towards your life is like the Newton's principle, equal and opposite reaction. You step to this world, this life with joy and gratitude. It steps back to you with it, too. That's what I've been testing now for 17 years, and it had to get real dark for me to start to remember these like basic truths I learned so long ago and built a life on. It's like, well, why did I do that? Oh, I get it. It's good shit. Let's sing to celebrate. Pranavanu Pavana Kumar Kalabala Pavaka Gyana Gana Jasu Hridaya Agar Vasahirama Sarachapadara Atulita Baledamam Hema Shela Badeham Danujavana Krishanam Gyani Nama Graganyam Sakala Guna Nidanam Vanarana Madisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatam Namami Goshpati Krita Varisham Mashaki Krita Rakshasam Ramayana Mahamalaratnam Vande Niladmajam Anjananandanam Viram Janaki Shokanashanam Kapishamakshahantaram Vande Lanka Mayankaram Ulangya Sindhoa Salilam Salilam Yashokavanhim Janakadmajaya Atayatena Eva Dadalanka Namamitam Pranjaliranjaneyam Manojabam Marutatuya Vekam Jatendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanararutamukhyam Shri Ramadutam Sharanam Prabhadye Anjaneyamati Patalananam Kanchanadrikamaniya Vigraham Parijata tarumula vasinam bhavayami pavamananandanam yatra yatra raghunata kirtanam tetra tetra kritamastakанjalam Vashpavari paripurna lochanam Marutin namata rakshasantakam. Yep. Letting go of the old stuff, including the old thoughts, makes room for the new stuff, including new thoughts, which makes a new reality. And I think we have this, in the West, this, leftover psychic wounding from the Depression, because there's a lot of stories of, people in my age group having parents and grandparents that would just save everything. Can't throw nothing away. You have to save it because we might need it. Fear, fear, fear. We have been so fucking baptized by fear for hundreds of years. Started all the way back to, founding Britain, killing everyone off to make that happen and enslaving them. And then the church doing the same shit. Hundreds of years before people even started to fight back, but then even still, they were, oh my gosh. We're here. I'm here. You're here. We're here. New narrative. New storyline. It begins, right now. Me, you, individually. What the fuck story are we going to choose? Are we going to choose to just be, hopeless and helpless and fear and not know what the fuck is going on? Or are we going to know ourselves? Are we going to completely dissolve the fuck out of the fear of, existing as we are? Yeah, we're doing that shit. Fuck yes, we're doing that shit. We're not afraid to be anything other than what the fuck we are. Because what the fuck we are isn't going to fucking get us killed the same way it did back then. It might get us killed a new way now. But guess what? We're fucking energy. We're just going to be here anyway. Life doesn't sound so big and bad and scary anymore, when you put it like that, yeah? Fuck yeah. This airplane gets it. I see airplanes, they fly in a flight pattern next to the house where I'm living. And it's weird to say my house. This is my house. And this is also where I live. Either way. Yeah. Spirit airline. Just for the past. That's us. Spirit. I'm here, you're here, we're here. Let's fucking get it. I love you so fucking much. Bye.